Lalaki pala kahit kailan pwede kang iwan. So, pag iniwan ka, kailangan sarili mo kaya mong sustentuhin. So, my goal in life at that time, even at a very young age, was to be self-sufficient.
9 taong gulang lamang si Heidi na maghiwalay ang kanyang mga magulang. Nagkaroon ng ibang pamilya ang kanyang ama sa Baguio. Nagtugo naman sa Amerika ang kanyang ina para doon magpalipas ng sama ng loob. Naiwan si Heidi at ang kanyang kapatid sa pangangalaga ng tiyahin sa Maynila. Ngunit nangulila si Heidi sa gabay ng tunay na magulang, kung kaya't sa munang edad ay natuto siyang maging independent.
Nung mga 11 years old pa lang ako, kung nangangailangan ako ng tuition pambayad sa school, sasakay ako ng bus from Manila to Baguio. Puntahan ko yung dad ko, hingi ako ng pera. Tapos ganun din, pabalik ng Manila, sasakay ulit ako ng bus, pabiyaheng Manila naman.
At upang patuloy niyang may sakatuparan ng pagiging independent, kinailangan niyang magpakamanhid.
Nung nasaktan ako sa nangyari sa parents ko, para rin makasurvive ako dun sa situation na yun, parang kinlose off ko na yung mga emotions ko. So, I would call myself parang woman of steel. I became a very insensitive person.
Dala ni Heidi ang ganitong pag-uugali at determinasyong magtagumpay sa buhay hanggang sa makapagtapos siya ng kolehiyo sa edad na 19 at maabot ang middle management position sa kumpanya sa edad na 22 taong gulang. Ngunit sa pagkamit niya ng tagumpay sa propesyon, ay marami siyang taong nasaktan.
If you made a psychological survey of me, very low ako on people skills, very high ako on task skills. I also didn't care whether or not naapakan ko na ibang tao on my way up the corporate ladder.
Nang isang baitang na lamang ang layo ni Heidi mula sa inaasam-asam na posisyon sa kumpanya, bigla siyang napahinto.
Just one day na lang, I felt very depressed. Kasi when I would look at the people who were above me, yung mga managers ko, their lives were, always at the office. They would spend hours till wee hours of the night in the office. So naisip ko na parang kung yan ang patutunguhan ko, parang inuulit ko lang yung buhay ng mom and dad ko. So napatigil ako at nag-isip, parang ito ba talaga yung gusto kong gawin?
Noon niya naalalang magbalik loob sa Panginoon.
I read a book. It's about the autobiography of Catherine Marshall. And in that book, she had a very intimate relationship with Jesus. So I prayed, God, if you're really real, this is the kind of relationship that I want with you. I want an intimate relationship with you.
At yun na ang naging simula ng bagong relasyon ni Heidi kay Jesucristo.
And then dun ko naisip na parang hindi yata ito yung gusto kong destination.
Nagdesisyon si Heidi na magbitiw sa kanyang trabaho. Dito nasubok ang kanyang katatagan.
So nagkaroon ako ng sakit called septicemia. Septicemia is blood poisoning. So when I asked the doctors where I got it from, sabi nila you could get it from the air, you could get it from food, you can get it from water. So talagang hindi mo alam kung saan mo makukuha yung sakit na yon. And it started with just a mere sore throat. Tapos nagkaroon na ako ng vomiting, diarrhea. Tapos one day, I just cannot get up out of bed kasi sobrang sakit na ng likod ko. Nasa hospital na ako for the next 2 weeks, 1 week in ICU. Kasi each of my organs is just starting to shut down.
Ang dating woman in control at independent na si Heidi ay nagbago dahil sa kanyang sakit.
Kasi nga, humbling experience yun. I had to depend on a lot of people to help me walk, to help me eat, to bathe me. Yung pagka self-sufficient ko, hindi na self, talagang dependence on God na rin. It's not you who's in control, it's still our Creator who is still in control. But surprisingly at that point in time, it was the most peaceful time in my life. Kasi, because I already had a personal relationship with God, I knew that if anything happened to me, I was going to meet my Creator. One night, my mom just cried all night kasi siya yung nagbabantay sa akin. And then the next day, sabi niya sa akin, Heidi, I already prayed last night and lifted you up to God. If you're ready to go, I'm also ready. The doctor came to check my vital signs that day. It just got better. And then from then on, the next day, it got better and better and better. So there's really no explanation. I cannot explain to this day how I got well. And I don't think even the doctors were baffled as to how. But I got well by God's grace.
Ngayon ay may bago ng direksyon ang buhay ni Heidi.
After God gave me a second chance, my goals in life just made a 180-degree turn. In 2002, I set up a preschool. It's called Clay and Potter. It's from that "we are the clay, you are the potter" verse in the Bible. With the help of God as our master potter, we as teachers, as educators, can mold these children also, hopefully, to become the people that God wants them to be.
Kung dati ay kontrolado ni Heidi ang takbo ng kanyang buhay, ngayon, buong puso na niyang isinuko kay Jesucristo ang paghubog sa kanyang kinabukasan. Ang dating insensitibong si Heidi ay natuto ng maging bukas at mapagmahal sa kanyang pamilya.
Ang dependence ko ngayon is kay God na lang. Before, I used to plan, 5 years from now, this is what I'll do. 10 years from now, this is what I'll do. Ngayon, hindi na. Parang, God, what are your plans for me? I really thank God for His grace and for second chances.